Shemai GTA chums, we have another removed car on discount this week. It's called the Michelli GT, only 750 grand and can only be bought from Simeon's for this week. But first I'll customise it, then I'll take it for a little drive and talk a little bit about the history. So this is where you can find it on the map. Voila! This is how the car looks when you buy it from Simeon's. It's not bad, but we can do better. So this is sped up for your convenience, and we're doing a rally build. So looking at the liveries, we have lots of decent ones with nods towards Alfa Romeo, race teams, and I've of course gone for the classic Alfa. Now, it should be in red, but there's a lot of colours that do work with this. I think even that orange would have worked, as well as gasoline green is the one I think I'm going to go for here. But you could also do surf blue, probably not ultra blue, that's probably too modern for this kind of car. So, but overall, I think the primary colour is coloring up the entire bonnet and all that, but the bonnet is a secondary colour. Anyway, that's that. With the wheels, now we need some off-road rims for a proper rally build. I've gone for the concave here, the concave steely, because these are most similar to the original car in real life. So, and also I've gone for frost white, which I couldn't figure out because it looks a bit weird in that garage, but it does look all right once we get outside, as we will see. So that's the rims. Front bumper. We need to go for a bumper delete to really make a rally build, and then we've gone for the fog lights, which are a shame that they're covered. Rear bumper delete. I don't know why that the tow hook cost an extra £4 grand. And of course we have the exhaust, which is a side exit kind of chrome looking exhaust, which is nice. Got lots of fender options with kits, but we're going to keep it stock. But we're not going to keep the front end stock. We want to put some tape on for the rally kind of look and race look overall, and that looks great. Now, secondary colour, as I said, colours up the bonnet, but also the roll cage. And we've gone for the bucket seats with the roll cage as well. And with the roof, we put a sun strip on. That's the only one that's really appropriate. There's lots of decent kind of options there, but that looks best. And we're going to put a lip spoiler on as well, because that's the smallest for the traction bonus at the rear end. So that is the build complete. Performance-wise, it will not blow your socks off. It's not competitive in the sports classics class, but it is a nice run around just to drive around the city, perhaps even do a bit of rallying, which we will do now. It's rear-wheel drive, and on the old rally circuit it takes the bumps okay, but there's a little bit of slight instability to bear in mind, which doesn't make it the best when combined with the slower speed generally than other cars of this class. And with that, I should mention the alternates to this car, because you've got the Retinue Mark 1, which is one of my favourites. It's not the fastest in class, but it is in the top 10, I think, of rally cars overall, just for fun to drive. But the Retinue Mark 2 is going to be the one to go for rallying in this kind of sports classic class, because it's much faster, and it's a bit more unstable than the Retinue Mark 1, but it's a lot better basically. But that's not to say that this isn't a decent car for going off-road and just having a bit of fun in, because it is. It's still good, but it's by no means my favourite, and probably it's a top 11, top 12 perhaps, something like that, just for kind of fun rallying. Now, as a history kind of piece, this is of course based on the 1960s Alfa Romeo Giulietta Sprint GTV. The V stands for velocity, or Italian for velocity as in speed, because it's obviously a bit of a racer, and obviously GT is Grand Touring. And actually, what I should say is that it's based on the GTAm version of that car. Now, AM stands for America, because it was meant to sell to the American market, but it wasn't built by Alfa Romeo. It was built by Auto Delta, which is like a race kind of shop for Alfa Romeo, and they built it as a race car. And although this variant of car just generally was, anything from 1.3 to I think 2-litre engine cars, twin cams, and this one though was probably the 1.8 to 2-litre twin cam, as in the performance one for the rally market and just race track market, having a good old fun time and a blast around. So would you buy it for 750 grand? There's no upset, no tears if you don't like it, because it's not super expensive. But I don't think it's a recommendation of my top rally cars, and it's probably just one more for fun kind of enjoyment for people who are a fan of Alfa Romeos generally and classic cars. That's really the main reasons that you're buying this, not as a rally, not as a racer, but because you like it, or you just like the look of it. The one big thing, the Achilles kind of heel in it, is the engine sound. So it's terrible. The real car sounds amazing. It's like the Sterling GT, but better. It's just got more oomph to it, and that's what really lets the car down, to be honest. That's the real downside to it. Not really the pace, the performance, it's the engine sound, which is a shame because everything else seems to be just about right for this car. And here's the internal as well, if you want to look at that. It's a bit dated, and that's why we added the bucket seats, because they look a bit better and they're also race-like. Anyway, if you found that useful, do drop a like and a subscribe. Any questions, drop them down below. I'll try my very best to answer them in good time this week. But thank you very much for watching and have a great day. I actually bought this car because I've been trying to win it on the podium for ages. But I don't actually like Alfa Romeos. I think they're terrible cars. But I'd never buy one myself. What do you think of Alfa Romeos? Yay or nay? Let me know below.